Russia FSB caught a car with explosives, and this car was heading towards Moscow. This is the kind of things that the Russians FSB deal on daily basis. I will show you the video, but before that, you see, they are doing all this just to undermine the peace that both Russia and America is working hard to actually come up with. These guys in power, you know the guys that I'm talking about, especially the one in that guy, that comedian guy, he doesn't want to leave power. He wants to remain in power, so he's doing everything possible to undermine the peace. He's trying to escalate everything. Please watch the video. So this is the Russian FSB. So this is the driver they just caught. Those of you who don't know the FSB is like the American CIA. They are the Russian intelligence service. So this is a towing truck. So clearly you can see it's a towing car. So I believe that the Russians got the intelligence, because there are millions of cars in Russia. How do you identify one particular car with these explosives? So they disguise themselves. The FSB, you don't see them in uniform. They are wearing normal civilian clothing, making it very difficult for you to identify them. So they are currently scanning the car with their computers. So the computers will identify where these explosives are. So you see, they have seen some of the wires. Yes, this is some of the explosive wiring. Yes, wait, very good. So you see how smart these guys are. Look at where they hide the explosives. Under the motherboard, making it very difficult for you to even see with your eyes, if not with the help of a computer. So look, they've lifted the car up. By the way, they deal with these issues almost every day. You see, this is how sometimes they plan some of the attacks. And I keep telling you guys that look, some of the attacks you can't prevent it. You know, as time goes on, people are also getting smarter. Yes. So you see where they hide explosives. These are all explosives. Look at this. Have you seen that? These are all bombs. So this is the driver. They are taking him in for interrogation. So here the driver was speaking. He was not speaking English. So that is what is currently happening according to the Russians. Even before Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin meeting in Alaska, these attacks started even before their meeting. Some of the attack comes in form of drones. They were able to shoot down most of the drones with electronic warfare. Well, I am going to give you guys most of the update that happened over the night. Yesterday, whilst everybody was sleeping, something interesting was happening in Odessa. There was massive explosion in Odessa, and I have told you guys multiple times that the Russians will go after Odessa because of how strategic Odessa is. Odessa is strategically important to the Russians. I told you guys. So according to the Ukrainians, there was nothing in this building. The Russians just deliberately attacked the building for no reason. And according to the Russians, this building was hiding Ukrainians' ammunitions. And that is why they decided to attack this building. Well, when you look at the explosion, it doesn't look like nothing was inside that building. By the way, watch the video. Yes, I know the video is not that clear, but I have to blur it in order not to violate YouTube policy. So I have to blur it, right? So that was what also happened in Odessa. I told you guys, let me pull up the map. You see the map? You see where Odessa is? Check the map very well. Look at where Odessa is. very close to Moldova. And you have ethnic Russians also in Moldova. So the Russians are trying to connect the Ukrainian ethnic Russian speakers to Moldova ethnic Russian speakers. I've told you guys this before, that after the collapse of the USSR, there were a lot of ethnic Russians who ended up finding themselves in other countries. That was what happened. So Russia is trying to connect with the ethnic Russians. That is what they are doing. And that is why I keep telling you guys that Odessa is strategically important. When you look at Odessa too, it is major, or it is the major harbor of the Ukrainian, Ukraine as a country, because that is where they ship most of their grains through. That is where they also import most of the country's commodities through. So if the Russians take Odessa, Ukraine will become a landlocked country, meaning Ukraine will not have any sea again. So Ukraine will become like Hungary. Yes, that is Odessa story for you. In fact, yesterday when you guys were sleeping, a lot of things were happening in the night. Yesterday, the Ukrainians also carried out a drone attack on a city called Zelenskyy in the Donetsk region. So, watch that video too. So check out what happened in Zelenskyy. You see the holes? These are all bullet holes. This was an attack by the Ukrainians. You see, war is horrible. I keep telling you guys that war is a double-edged sword. It affects everybody, both the Russians and Ukrainians. They are attacking each other. So this is what happened. Clearly you can see that this was someone's room. I believe that maybe there were Russian forces here. That is why this particular attack took place. So you can see that a fight took place here. If you look at the bullets, yes, you see bullet holes everywhere. And there is something also interesting happening in Tanzania. Russia Baltic Fleet is currently in Dar es Salaam, in Tanzania capital. I don't know why it is there. It is a warship purposely meant for training crews. So I don't know why this particular warship is currently in Dar es Salaam. I don't know why it is there, by the way. But I think there is something interesting happening between Russia and Tanzania. As time goes on, I'll continue to follow that particular story, and I'll make sure that I bring you guys the update. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe now. If you have not yet hit on the like button, please hit on the like button. Let's continue. A very tragic incident happened in Nigeria. Over 40 missing after boat capsized in Nigeria. This is quite sad. A vessel carrying about 50 passengers to Goronyo market in Sokoto State overturned on Sunday, leaving more than 40 people missing, according to Nigerian Emergency Agency. This is quite sad. Over 40 people missing. You know, I hope this never happened, but by the way, some of these accidents you can prevent. So let's wait for the outcome of Vladimir Zelenskyy and the European leaders' visit to the White House. Yesterday, Vladimir Zelenskyy tweeted that there is no way that he is going to give up Ukrainian territories to Russia. According to him, Russia taking over Crimea was a big mistake. If he was a president, he wouldn't allow, and he will not allow Russia to take over Ukrainian territories. You know, that will be quite interesting. We are all waiting for the outcome. By the way, the White House, I came across something today. I don't know whether it is true or not. According to the report, the White House has sent a strong warning to Zelenskyy that if he is coming, he should wear a suit. You don't want to see him in that green attire. They want him to wear a suit and come to the White House. By the way, let's all wait for the outcome, as I said. Thank you very much for watching today's update. I really appreciate all of you, your support. I know our channel is still small, but gradually we are growing. please consider hitting on the like button. It's very, very important to me. When you hit on the like button, YouTube will introduce the video to more people. And also consider subscribing to the channel. Please, if you are still watching this video, I want you to write Timo in the comment section. Just write Timo in the comment section and let me see how many people watch the video till the last end. Just write Timo in the comment section and let me see. I promise I am going to respond to your comment. Just write Timo and let me see how many people watch the video to the end. Shalom. See you guys in the next episode.